Doing well this morning, fellas. How about y'all?
We're doing great. Hope you are as well. A good week for Chapman this week as they got to play some good competition out of region against a team like Burns. As Burns was on non-region schedule this week, so Burns and Chapman played on Thursday night. Coach Chapman did not play last night. Talk about this week for the Panthers and how it went.
Well, we finished up Tuesday night with our region opponent before spring break. And was able to go out there and get a good win versus Broome. Put us at 6-1. 5-1 in the region, so I was pretty excited about that. And then got to play one of my best friends in the world, Michael Moss at Burns, and went out there and just couldn't finish a close baseball game. But it was definitely a game that I thought our guys was able to get better. We're able to throw a few different fellas, and just didn't go our way. But I thought it was an outstanding baseball game and an outstanding kickstart into what we're hoping is a fun spring break, but a spring break that we get better and grow together as a team in Hilton Head. So excited about that.
Coach, will you play all of your starters this coming week in Hilton Head, or will you give up some of them rest for the rest of the region?
Honestly, we're still trying to get better. We've had a few different spots in the lineup that we've not hit it quite as well as we thought we would. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to go down there and attack it. Our philosophy is that if there's a championship to be won, we want to be the team that wins it.
That's right.
So we're going to go down there and we're going to play, our guys. Now we have some guys that are on the JV team that we've been super excited about that have had big years. We're going to give those guys maybe an opportunity to see if maybe they can earn some of the jobs that haven't went as like we thought on varsity. But overall, probably the first 5 or 6 guys in our lineup that have produced, they're going to be in there. And then we're going to try to fill these holes and build this team so that we can make a run at some other championships as well as we go down the stretch.
Coach, have you had anybody that has been a surprise this year that has come out of the woodwork and has been a good player for you?
Well, one of my favorite human beings in the world is a young man named Zach Coggins. Zach has played baseball for me since he was in 3rd grade. In 3rd grade, we asked him to come play because he's an unbelievable kid, and he has unbelievable parents, and Steve and Jan Coggins. And Zach has battled his entire baseball career for every opportunity he's ever gotten. Last year we had Josh Bledsoe here, and we had Landon Byler, so 2 kids who caught that both were all region. And Zach, as a junior, played JV for us. But this year he's been our starting region catcher and has hit about 360 and has just been unbelievable. And it couldn't have happened. It hasn't happened to just a better young man. So for him to come out there and play like he has really gave us the opportunity to not worry at all. It allows us, when Skylar Robinette, who's our ace, pitches, to put Landon Byler at first base, and Zach turned that into, like I said, he's going to start more games down the stretch than Landon is because he's earned every bit of it. And I'm super excited about that for Zach.
Coach, talk about the region and how it's played out so far, and is this how you expected the region to play out?
Yes, absolutely. This region is loaded. We're 5-1. Woodruff had a big win last night versus Clinton that puts them at 5-1. Our only loss is to them. They lost to Clinton earlier in the week, who's they're capable of beating anyone. Mid Carolina is a pretty historic program, especially 2 and 3A the last few years. They're right there as well. I think they're 4-2. Us, Woodruff, Mid Carolina, kind of all jumbled up there at the top, and then you go through the rest of the region, and like I said, Clinton can beat anyone. Broome is coached by, no doubt about it, the best baseball coach in our region. And then Newberry's coached by a fellow who coached in college for over 20 years. So it's a tough region, but I wouldn't want it any other way. Next year, as we move into our new region, I'm really going to miss just how good this region was from the top down and how it prepares us for the playoffs. But, super excited about the position we're in, to go through it and be right here 5-1 and have an opportunity to play 4 meaningful games down the stretch is exactly where I wanted our team to be.
Coach, talk about some of the arms for Chapman this season that have done well. For those listening that may not know the names, talk about some of the pitchers that you guys have had and have done well this season so far.
Yes, sir. Well, last year we won 18 baseball games, and we were without what we thought would be our number 1 and 2 pitchers, Josh Bledsoe, and then a young man named Hayden Wilson. We've talked before that Josh's family, they moved to Alabama, and we've needed some people to step up. So Hayden has been unbelievable. Hayden Wilson has. He's everything that we thought he would be last year before he was injured. He is just gave us a chance to win. He pitched the other night, the first 3 innings against Burns. He did an outstanding job. After that, we have a young man named Austin Parr who actually threw about 27 innings last year as a freshman, and had about a 2.8 ERA. This year he's thrown, I think probably 12 innings, and he's right around a 2.1 ERA. He's had some big conference wins for us. He's a young man that we think is going to be outstanding this year, but definitely as he continues his baseball career with us. Then Skyler's been the anchor of our team the last couple of years. He got thrust into that number 1 role last year and just took it by the horns, and he's done the same thing this year. It's super exciting to see those 3 guys compete the way they have. And then we're able to fill it out with, a bunch of other guys that we think can throw strikes and give us a chance to win. But those 3 have been, the guys that we've leaned on to start games, and some of the times they've even finished games for us.
Stephen Fusaro joining us now on the Saturday Sports Report, Fox Sports 1498.3 FM. Coach, I know you are 5-1 in region play, but is there anything that you would like your team to improve on in this second half of the season?
Well, exactly what we had happen to us Thursday night. I told our team after the game, before they started cleaning the field, I gave them one thing I wanted them to think about, and I told them we'll come back and talk about it afterwards, and it was, why can't we come up big in the biggest situations in the game? We had multiple times the other night against Burns, same thing against Woodruff when they beat us earlier in the year, that, in those close ball games and those big situations, we're having guys in scoring position. We're having the best at-bats of the day in opportunity, but when the opportunities come to have to drive in those runs, we're not having our best at-bats of the day. Best at-bats of the day are coming to get on base, but we're not finishing the deal. So we kind of talked about it afterwards, and, the kids kind of admitted that they were pressing in those situations, that they were trying to do too much. And we talk a lot about, not feeling pressure, not feeling nerves, because if we give every pitch, every at-bat, the same reverence, the same focus, then there are no pressure at-bats. There's no difference in situation. Just get in there and do what you've done the whole time, the whole year, and we're going to be okay. So looking forward to seeing how they handle that. If we can come through in those situations, and we have times that we had. We came back by, we're down by 5 the day at Mid-Carolina. Had a young man hit a home run to put us up in the top of the 7th. So we've had those big at-bats, but we want to make sure that we really work on coming through in those situations down the stretch here.
Coach, we appreciate your time and hope you guys get rested up for the short spring break, because you are traveling to Hilton Head to play in a tournament.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to the Panthers and the rest of the season, Coach.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach. That's Stephen Fusaro, head baseball coach of the Chapman Panthers.